Today at Speedy's Garage, we're going to have more of a review than an installation how-to. We've got us a Barton shifter to replace the Hurst that's in Orange Krush. Since I've already done the how-to video on how to swap out a stock shifter, we'll just basically follow along with that for this one. However, Barton has their own detailed installation video at www.bartonindustries.com. I wanted to start by talking about some of the design elements of this shifter. First of all, it comes with a nice soft rubber isolator that's going to cut down on noise. It's also highly machined. I believe these guys may have an aerospace background. Comes with all the hardware that you need. It's got 6 mounting bolts on each side of the shifter handle. And that's going to really keep it nice and firm. Built aluminum, machined, obviously. You're not going to ever break that. And it slides almost perfectly together. Loosen these up a little bit. One of the really nice things, you got a built-in isolator. That's actually hard rubber compound to deaden vibration. You also get a hard rubber piece here that's actually glued in place. That's another form of isolation where it touches the back of the transmission tunnel. And it actually moves around, and it's on a hard rubber block as well, or hard rubber inside rather. This is all machined aluminum, but a hard rubber tunnel. And finally, you don't have to swap over any gaskets or bushings or anything. It comes with one already pre-installed from Barton. All in all, a very high quality piece. And best of all, this shifter is actually spring loaded, so when you come out of second gear, it will automatically line up to the third gear gate, giving you a positive 2 to 3 shift every single time. No more pucker factor when you're at the track wide open throttle shifting. And for comparison, here's the Hurst shifter that I removed from Orange Krush. It was a pretty nice shifter, but the Barton is much more substantial. I've also upgraded this one with the G&K Performance shift rod, which is much stronger and much more positive feeling than the factory Hurst shifter was. You can see I've had to modify this one with some sound deadening material in several places, and I even used a fabricated rubber washer on the back where it connects to the transmission tunnel to cut down on some of the vibration. The Barton had none of those issues. The Hurst shifter also does not have the adjustability that the Barton has. You've only got 2 options, on the left or on the right, as seated from the driver. And with that said, let's get this thing in the car. We've got the Barton shifter installed. One of the first things I notice is how firm and solid it feels. It's a little bit different than the Hurst. I also like the spring-loaded feature. So you're in second, now you're in third, now you're in fourth. It's going to make it really easy to shift fast at the track. Now let's go for a test drive and see how it does. Okay, I put a few miles on the Barton shifter, and I'm very impressed with it. The shifts are very precise, much more solid than what we had with the Hurst in the car. Over-engineered, I think, is an understatement when it comes to this shifter. As you guys know, I have an engineering background, and the design and implementation that they used for this shifter is just phenomenal. I really love that they went above and beyond what was probably actually required to ensure that they exceeded the customer's expectations. The spring-loaded feature is very nice. You're almost guaranteed not to miss a shift, especially that critical 2 to 3 that tends to give people trouble. If you just palm the shifter ball and ease the stick forward, it'll automatically find the gate for third gear and just slide right into place without any drama. And it doesn't matter if you're just easily driving around town. aggressively getting after it. The shifter just finds the gears for you practically and makes the car a real joy to drive. So from an upgrade perspective, this Barton shifter is as much of an upgrade over the Hurst as the Hurst was over the stock shifter, just to put it into perspective. In my opinion, there's really no reason to buy a Hurst shifter anymore. This Barton is just night and day, different and better engineered. In my book, it gets a 10 out of 10. Well, it's early March in Middle Tennessee. Spring's just around the corner. We got a nice mid-60-degree day with plenty of sunshine. I'm gonna go out and turn some fuel into noise and enjoy this Barton shifter. If you'd like to see some more upgrades and reviews, visit my website, www.speedysgarage.net.